Welcome to our Crypto News in 10, a daily podcast bringing you the latest news about crypto in under 10 minutes. Here's what's moving crypto today, Thursday, April 16th, 2026. We've got a live network upgrade on Stellar's testnet that sets up a mainnet vote, a sizable Arbitrum token unlock to watch, a high-stakes courtroom hearing that could reshape prediction markets in the US, the return of RenderCon with fresh AI meets crypto storylines, and day one headlines from Washington as the IMF and World Bank spring meetings get underway, with tokenization squarely on the policy agenda. Buckle up, let's start with the builders. Stellar's Protocol 26, codename Yardstick, goes live on testnet today at 5 p.m. UTC. The mainnet upgrade vote is slated for May 6th, also at 5 p.m. UTC. The Stellar Development Foundation has laid out the timeline and is asking app teams, validators, and infrastructure providers to upgrade SDKs and binaries ahead of those dates. If you operate any Stellar infrastructure, Core, Horizon, RPC, or a validator, today is the testnet cutover. 2.5 weeks later comes the mainnet vote. Why it matters. Protocol 26 brings performance and developer experience improvements. Stellar wants ecosystem teams to shake things out now so the May vote is smooth. Mark the clock, 5 p.m. UTC today for testnet and 5 p.m. UTC on May 6th for the vote. Source: Stellar Development Foundation's Protocol 26 Upgrade Guide, link in the show notes. Second, eyes on Arbitrum. A 92.65 million ARB cliff unlock is scheduled for today. Depending on the tracker you follow, that's roughly 1.7 to 2% of the release supply. Enough to matter for near-term market microstructure, even if it's routine on the vesting calendar. Mechanics matter. Today's tranche is pre-programmed and per-tracking dashboards tied to the project's vesting schedules and DAO allocations. The practical takeaway: watch decentralized exchange liquidity, funding rates, and exchange flows around the unlock window. You'll often see liquidity providers widen spreads and market makers pre-hedge in the hours before and after. Sources: tokenomists Arbitrum, Unlock Monitor, and Token Unlock roundups from Being Crypto and Gates Analytics Desk. Links in the show notes. Third, to Washington and the West Coast. Today's courtroom drama carries big market implications. The U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is hearing oral arguments in Kalshi EX LLC versus Hendrick, a closely watched preemption fight over whether state authorities can restrict trading in event-based contracts that are federally regulated exchange lists under the Commodity Exchange Act. Why crypto should care. A clear ruling on federal preemption and jurisdiction over event markets will ripple into the broader prediction market space, where crypto-native platforms and tokenized risk markets are innovating. Oral argument is set for today. Kalshi is seeking protection from conflicting state-level actions, while its federally authorized contracts are at issue. A pro-preemption ruling would likely strengthen the CFTC's primacy over these markets. A narrower view could embolden state crackdowns, spilling over into adjacent crypto derivatives experiments. Source: Kalshi's emergency stay filing detailing today's Ninth Circuit argument, link in the show notes. Before we continue, here's a message from our sponsors.
Need elite developers fast? Elite Coders connects you with rigorously vetted senior engineers in 24 to 48 hours. Staff augmentation, dedicated teams, or full project delivery, we've got you covered. Visit elitecoders.co to get started today.
All right, let's get back to it. Number 4. RenderCon 2026 opens today in Hollywood, running April 16 through 17. The Render Network community has been teeing up conversations at the intersection of GPU rendering, creator tools, and crypto-powered incentives. Expect updates on how artists and AI workflows tap token economics for compute and distribution, and how network-level rewards are evolving for render node operators. The Foundation flagged these dates months ago, positioning RenderCon as the annual checkpoint on the AI plus crypto stack for media production. Sources: Render Network event notice and ecosystem briefings. Links in the show notes. And rounding out the 5 policy tone setting from the IMF and World Bank spring meetings in Washington, the International Monetary and Financial Committee convenes today and tomorrow, and member statements are being posted, including the U.S. Treasuries. While the communiques span everything from growth to debt sustainability, crypto is in the room via tokenization, payments modernization, and digital money standards that central bankers and finance ministers increasingly reference in their remarks. To frame the conversation, the IMF published a note earlier this month arguing tokenized finance is a structural shift, emphasizing the need for clear legal frameworks, safe settlement assets, and robust governance of code to avoid amplifying instability. So as the IMFC meets today, listen for keywords: settlement finality on shared ledgers, cross-border interoperability, and where public money fits next to tokenized deposits and assets. Sources: IMFC statements, page and the IMF's April 2026 tokenized finance note. Links in the show notes. Quick recap. Today's testnet upgrade puts Stellar's Protocol 26 on the runway for a May mainnet vote. Arbitrum's 92.65 million ARB unlock hits the tape. Watch liquidity and hedging flows. The Ninth Circuit takes up Kalshi's preemption fight, a ruling that could define US event market rails and echo into crypto derivatives. RenderCon opens in Hollywood, spotlighting AI plus crypto for creators. And in DC, the IMFC kicks off with tokenization themes threaded through policy talk. That's your Crypto in 10. See you tomorrow. Thanks for listening, and see you tomorrow.